Commence primary ignition.
What's up, guys? I'm Emily Swallow. If you're looking at this, you're watching the virtual Cantina network. This is the way.
Hey, everybody.
Hello there.
Sagronatina.
Salam. Cheers. I wish I had something more fun than water in my cup, but this will have to do for tonight.
Yep. This is Alka-Seltzer to combat my allergies, and I have a cup of cranberry juice in the other cup, so I'm ready to rock.
Very good. You are on.
This is a party.
Well, welcome everybody. We hope you are joining us tonight in the comments to help keep Ashlee awake. She needs stimulation, comments, exercise. Sherry, it's on us. We got it. We have to be the bestest co-host ever.
It's so good to see you guys. If you're wondering why it's suddenly become like a kind of a Daughters of the Galaxy adjacent episode tonight, Friday Night Girls Night. Spencer couldn't be with us tonight. He had a family member pass away, so we just want to send our condolences to Spencer and his family. Lots of love. And we wish everybody our best. But we are going to watch season 2 of Andor tonight, episode 3, Harvest.
The last episode in the BBY4 arc. Okay, so they only did it at the beginning of the first episode, but was anybody else like completely floored by the time grappler with the bells going on? I'm like, is this a new theme? Are we going to get that at the beginning of every arc? They give you the BBY year and they do the time, and I was like, ooh, yeah. And then I was
I like
ooh.
how it showed the passing. It's, the passing of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now I'm like, what do those bells mean, right? Like, is there a hidden message in the bells? Is it going to change every month? Like, I was like, I'm only 10 seconds into the first episode, and already my brain is spiraling with conspiracy theories.
Oh,
like,
I know.
We're
becoming those people. Andor is making us these people. Like, breakdown is real. So let's do like a really quick recap on like what we've seen so far with episodes 1 and episodes 2. Last night was the watch along of those episodes with the crew. And
see, this is why we had to break it up. I know that there was a bit of a discussion about whether or not, like, this is why there was so much in each episode. Like, you're just not doing it justice if you don't. Oh,
for sure.
Don't give yourself some time to dig deep a little bit. Yeah. So did anybody else laugh so hard they had to pause the show and nearly fall off the couch when Andor flew the ship backwards?
Oh my God.
Right. Hanger?
It's so cool because you got him like touching like this weird ball and he's like, punch it, Chewie.
Oh, he's like all nervous at the thing, and then everybody's like, let's go, and punch it, Chewie, right?
Yeah. So you have like the punch it, Chewie moment, and it's like the ball goes down and you're like, whoa.
I totally did not expect that. I mean, I did not. I laughed so hard. I had tears in my eyes. It was
totally
awesome.
Reminiscent of Finn and Poe trying to fly the TIE fighter out of Star Destroyer. It was insane.
It was also nice to have a little bit of comedic relief to start us off.
Yeah, I was really happy to see that. That was always one of my favorite bits because all of us here are big Rebels fans. That was always my favorite part of Rebels was the levity and the humor. And so to have that right off the bat, I was like, okay, good. Well, maybe then there will be, hopefully there'll be some snark once we get to K2SO, but a little bit of that humor. And I'm not sure, was that the last time anything funny happened in the next 3 episodes? Because, wow.
Well, yeah. I'm like trying to go over this.
I'm trying to remember, was anything funny?
It's so much happened in this, and it was just like, wow, it's a lot to process. But so the wedding is on. It's chaotic. you know,
3-day wedding in Shangela.
3-day wedding.
Lord, I can't even imagine.
Basically, like, you start off with that weighing over Mon. Her daughter is being insufferable. Absolutely insufferable. Like, she's worried about what's going on with Tay and if they're going to be able to cover up the debts from last season, and whether it's going to cause him some problems too. And it's like, well, is he going to blow her cover?
He
like,
was so different in these first couple of episodes from
sure.
last year. He was smooth, he was polished, he was confident.
Yeah.
Like, he was somebody that I was like 100% behind, right? Like, I was expecting like big heroic things from him, right? Like, I was expecting him to, you know, get involved somehow. And what I found really interesting is I watched the first 3 episodes before my husband got home, and then we watched the next 3.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I've seen them twice now in 48 hours. But what I found interesting was that I was like, I can't believe him. I can't believe he's doing this. What is happening to Tay? And he just kind of looked at me. He was like, I never trusted him. And I was like, oh, you lie. And he was like, no, really. He's like, I didn't. He's like, I hoped I was wrong. He's like, but the whole thing was just too. I'm like, you just don't trust anybody. Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and Jay was like, absolutely. He's like, I didn't trust him. I didn't trust him. And I was like, oh, very convenient of you to say that now. You didn't mention it all last season.
Oh,
you know,
my God.
the 6 times we've watched the whole season, you never mentioned it. But now you know he was fishy. Okay, yeah.
But I don't think he was fishy. I think, like, obviously he grew up with Mon. Like, he might have had feelings for Mon at some point. And yeah, we hear Perrin be like, oh, your lover. And it's like, yeah. Like, bro.
Are we back here again? I love that. She was like, well, I haven't heard that nonsense in a while. You know,
Yeah,
she was just like, swatted him down like, oh, please.
Oh, for sure. But at the same time, we have never seen Tay this nervous.
Just falling apart.
And you said it. He's always been composed. He's always been confident. He's kind of had some swag. That's what.
Even when he was worried, right? When he was like, I can't help. Like, I think we're in trouble here. We need to cover this. I've done everything I can. I think we're in trouble here. But
right.
Yeah, and I didn't. I mean, yeah, I don't. There's a lot of debate and discussion about what exactly he was doing or whatever. But it was just, I think I thought he was really like a true believer. Like, I really thought he was on board with the rebellion. And now it almost seems like he was just kind of it's riding that wave because it was titillating, you know, because it was like something subversive to do.
Right.
And maybe.
And I also think it was like he was trying to get favor with Mon,
trying to impress her.
Maybe she'd come back to him.
Trying to make himself seem it, or maybe it was profitable, right? Like, he found a couple of little like smuggling backdoor, skimming off the top kind of things that were profitable, and then when it went south, like, all of those old bitter demons came out. You know, because there was definitely some implication that while he grew up on Chandrila, his family was nowhere near as wealthy or prominent as the Mothma family.
Right.
And so, you know, things started to go south. He lost money. He was, you know, people were starting to mock him because his business deals were going south. His wife left him. And then, like, nobody's that. Ladies and gentlemen, my husband.
Yes. Jay says what we're all thinking, my friends.
Yep. Nobody's that nice.
But like his life has really begun to hit the fan. And it's, again, it's like when things are tough and you have to speak out and you have to start doing what is right in the face of in this rebellion, can you be comfortable? Because if you are perfectly fine with being completely uncomfortable, then revolution is for you. Yeah. But he was way in over his head. And it was starting to unravel. And Luthen knew it. And Luthen told her flat out. Like,
I loved watching her try to handle the situation. She's like, I will handle it. I will schedule a meeting and I will get a number. Like, I've got this. Like, I can handle this. And Luthen's like,
can you though?
Can you though? And he let her do it right up. I thought it was interesting that the tipping point was him hanging around Skullduggeon. And he was like, nope, 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 nope. That's it. The one thing that person is completely disreputable.
Exactly.
And
When
he was like, nope,
you're
that's it. We're
conversing
done.
with gangsters and you're part of the rebellion, they'll sell everybody out right away. And Luthen's no dummy. But,
Oh, well, he's been selling people out left and right. So I was just like, well, he recognizes a fellow, ruthless individual.
Right. So
really up front, yeah.
With our survivors from Ferrix,
Yes.
Fix,
It was
Will,
so cute.
Brasso, B.
They were trying to like play house, right? Like they were just trying to lay low. They had their
Traveling
cute little
mechanics.
They had their cute little farmstead, with their little
He had
hammocks
his
and
kids that he was playing with. It was so adorable.
like they were just living the good life, Andor Gora skulking off and do some stuff for the rebellion and then come back, and like they tried to play nice, right? Like they tried to hide, keep a low profile, keep it quiet, and
the Empire
wouldn't handle it. Nope, wouldn't have it. Yep.
It is inspection time. They are checking visas. They're making sure that people are from the planet and they're not just from other planets. Obviously, they know what happened on Ferrix and the madness that went on there.
I wonder, did anybody else consider if this was part of Dedra's access plan? Because they kept going on and on Mina Rao that it had been 10 years. It had been 10 years since anybody came checking visas. Why are they checking visas now? I was trying to decide, was it because they're trying to fill up the prison to meet the building quota for the Death Star? Are they trying to man the prisons and round them up like they were doing on Neamos? Or were they just unlucky? It's kind of hard to tell.
I definitely feel like it was part of her plan, because she knows that a lot of people left Ferrix, and because of the battle with Imperial forces, there's a lot of like war criminals out there. Will, I'm looking at you with your pipe bomb shenanigans. Mustache or not, kid.
But I think I don't know if it was part of her plan, because when she spoke to Krennic and he's like, not a lot of people could have survived what happened to you with Ferrix.
Yeah.
I almost feel like she got pulled away from that and told to leave it alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was definitely away from it, but I don't know, it was just like automated running. Like she issued, you go check this planet, this planet, this planet, this planet. Like she had a running fugitive roundup or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
It's very similar to what happened with Cyril, because both of them have really like valuable information about what's going on, but nobody is willing to believe them yet. So they're kind of in that camp together. So the fact that they are shacking up and dealing with
blew my mind.
Mama Edie. I was like, where's Mark? Can we please find Mark and see if he's okay? Because
why am I not getting comments about this? Right? That was okay. So did everybody else immediately catch on that the big thing that they'd been putting off and canceling was meeting his mother?
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like,
totally did. I have been there.
It wasn't until the beginning of episode 3 when they were doing the recap. Uh-huh. Then I saw it. I was like, oh my God. But I was like, what's happening? I'm like, oh, is she in trouble? Are they like having to report? Is there like some weird Imperial thing where they have to like be approved to live together? Like my brain was going everywhere except it's time to meet the mother.
Oh my gosh. Now the thing is with Edie, she is so impressed with power. Like she wants nothing more than her child to be in a position of power and prominence. And the fact that she is ISB and now has been called of a high level of important clearance with the Empire, like that's a big deal to her. Yeah. And the fact that her son is with such a powerful woman is probably like sending her over the moon.
See, I wonder
but it doesn't stop her from belittling him, though.
Oh, of course not, because you have to make it look like, oh, my son's weak, but it's not because of me. It's like, I thoroughly try to get him to be like, yeah. I've been there with family, like, oh, well, I'm doing everything I can to make him so much better than he is, but he just won't. Maybe you can rub off on him, and it's like it's kind of one of those moments, and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, that bizarre fondue party was not how I expected to learn about Cyril's father. I was like,
so creepy. But I'm telling you,
we're getting ahead of ourselves, though. But
accurate
about episode 3.
Right. Sorry. Accurate.
So we'll jump back into that later. So Cassian, as we've seen, is kind of in a rebel turf war. So this is like the early, as we saw in Rebels, Sarah was saying this earlier in the pre-show, there are different cells of rebellion, different groups of people who are rebelling against things, and nobody knows who the other one is. And here is so prevalent that nobody knows which team it's on. It's like the Avengers, when you have like the Guardians of the Galaxy plus Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. Like,
Who's
you
fighting
were
who?
Thanos. Like, it's like, no, you're all on the same team. Stop this. And Cassian's like, whatever, peace, I'm out.
Well, I found a really interesting deep dive about the leader that they're working for, Maya Pei.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was mentioned twice in the first season. The first one was between Saw Gerrera and Luthen. They were actually very dismissive of her because they called her a neo-Republican, that she'd been running around and causing problems. And also the warehouse that they were in on Ferrix. Ferrix was in Maya Pei's area because they talked about finding the Starfinder, the Pathfinder, the thing that,
Starfinder.
Yeah, Starfinder that Andor had stolen, that they recovered it in a warehouse under the jurisdiction of Maya Pei.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's what these guys were. Yeah, that's why Andor was like, we've been supplying you all along. We've been taking care of you because Luthen is in charge of getting her supplies. But at least he was smart enough not to actually mention that.
Right.
OPSEC.
So we also have Vel, who has joined the family on Chandrila. Auntie Vel is there for Lita's wedding, and she has a fabulous new hair color.
I'm wondering, is that her natural color? Because it's certainly closer to Mon.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's her natural color and the blonde, was it? Or if she dyed it to fit in better.
Probably to fit in better because, it's got to be a sign of opulence and wealth if your hair looks fabulous. And blonde, it takes a lot. It gets a little tangly, but when it looks that good, just saying. But everybody looks amazing. But she's really
costumes.
Oh, girl. I have screenshotted so many costume designs from the show, and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm gonna draw that. Ooh, I'm gonna draw that." Like even Krennic. Krennic's got an actual functioning cape that doesn't feel like a raincoat. That's a big update. Like I don't know if anybody noticed, but the bottom is so much more flexible than like previously looked.
And it's just enough over the shoulders to fall forward rather than like flapping around in the back.
But hello, if this isn't a wedding dress for somebody this season, I'm telling you that is a crime.
Oh, my favorite though was the blue one that she wore the first night. That pale blue one. That one. Absolutely stunning. The different kinds of fabric, the way that one was brocaded and one was silk, and
and
so
even
good.
like the kimono with the gold and the blue, it's just
yes,
all
that first
stunning.
Day. Oh, I loved it. I loved all of it.
And even Lita's wedding dress, absolutely beautiful.
Oh,
that was
stunning.
All that beading work on there, my goodness. Yes.
But her husband needs to be kicked in the shins. I'm just saying. Spoiled little brat. Oh. But she's also spoiled, so I was like, oh, well, maybe she'll come around when she realizes.
I thought when she was breaking down and crying, and she called her intended a child, like I thought that was actually gonna snowball,
yeah, totally.
and we were gonna get something out of that. Yeah.
Nope, we are not that lucky.
No.
Damn it. So Sigourney Tima is like a Chandrilan custom, like to your health, salute. There's a lot of that being said. We have Luthen kind of going around staging the gift and, being fashionable Luthen and delivering this grand present.
Shocked the dickens out of Mon. I mean, her face rarely breaks, but I was like, the panic in her face, I was like, ooh, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And I'm like, Luthen. She must not have seen him anytime recently. And
I know. It's so nerve-wracking.
That was quite a panic on her part. We don't usually see that.
How do you dare show up here?
Like, what is it? What's wrong? What's going on? Why are you here? We don't want anybody to know we're here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think having Tay be as unraveling as he is and Luthen show up and Luthen knows all about Tay, it's like, like Mon can feel it.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite lines is he's like, what would you have done if I hadn't been here? Like, what would you have done? And
Very
she's like,
good
I would have
question.
handled it. And I'm like, would you?
Just saying.
Mhm.
And also accusing her of would you have told me he was here?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Honestly, like, this is where Saw coming into Rebels and projecting at Yavin and telling Mon, like, you cannot play nice when the Empire is not playing with rules at all. Like, you cannot play by the rules if they're unhinged and they're just doing what they want. It's time to play dirty. And this is so evident that Mon is continually trying to play by the rules when the rules are falling apart around her. So
yeah. I'm really curious to see where this is all gonna go.
So yeah. And also this episode is so stressful, you guys. Like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I just caught my boyfriend up with season 1 and he has his favorites.
Yes.
Those favorites. All right.
Yes, exactly.
So I have to say, when Krennic calls them all in and tells them that they have to keep this under wraps, don't tell your superiors, don't tell your loved ones. This is a top secret plan. This is what we're doing. And Dedra kind of had her reservations about it, and obviously Krennic knew. And Krennic was like, "Oh yeah, like you already know what you're gonna do." Like,
yeah, he's like, I asked you to be here. He asked for her by name. He was like, this is
And that's kind of like a testament to the reputation that she has had and the time since the end of season 1. Her superior just tells her to, all right, go along with it. Let Ferrix go. Get out of there. That's no longer your problem. Krennic asked for you. You're doing this.
And I thought the way he said it, that Ferrix, that this is a gift, and you need to take it. So yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And because
it was really interesting. Kind of it hinted all of the politics behind the security bureau and all that kind of stuff, and because he warns her, this is going to look like a demotion. Just go with it. It'll heat up real fast, and then everybody will know that you're in it. But it was fascinating. I don't think everybody's always made us think, at least in my world, OG Star Wars fan, everybody's always made us think about how could you possibly hide something as big as the Death Star, right? Like all that money, all that manpower, all that everything. It's intriguing how much Andor and Rogue One have spent time trying to zero in on this is exactly how you would do that.
Exactly.
Because you've got the overworked prison thing and all that kind of stuff. And then the fact that he's trying to sell this, the Emperor's trying to sell this as independent energy for the galaxy. That is how he is justifying all of this money, all of this expense, all of this research, all of this strip mining and everything going on, and he's covering it up as like an official, energy.
God, the parallels.
And I don't think,
you guys,
it's insane. And I don't think that nobody knows except Krennic what it actually is. I don't think anyone in that room knows that it's actually a Death Star. I think they all believe the propaganda.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that just gives me.
Oh, it's a giant interplanetary generator. Like, we don't know what this is.
Yeah, clean energy. It's cold fusion. I mean, there's just this mythology of what we're gonna do. Because as soon as he said coating the reactors, I was like, the reactor lenses. I'm like, oh, you mean those things Andor was building? Tarkina 5. Oh hell, no, that's not energy, y'all. Nope.
Like, wake up, Yale. Oh.
Yeah.
It's so stressful, honestly. I'm like, not okay. And we see with Bix especially, like the PTSD is still real for her.
That was hard.
From what Dedra has put her through, like sonic torture, everything. So she still really deals with it.
Yeah.
Brasso, everybody's so supportive of her. They understand.
We get to meet Talia. It takes a little while to figure out that she's a friendly local from
very friendly with Brasso.
Yeah, buddy.
That was one of my favorites. She's like, doesn't seem to be stopping Talia and Brasso. Like, oh, must be it is rather small there.
Cute though. Like,
they
really.
are.
It kind of
Mhm.
reminded me of like the clones when they go off to another planet
Yeah.
and he falls in love with the Twi'lek and they have half Twi'lek, half clone babies, and it's so cute. So I was
Yeah.
kind of hoping for that for Brasso, but of course I never get what I want. Just saying. Except for Lars Mikkelsen voicing and playing Thrawn. That's all I get in
That's
Star
it.
Wars, you guys.
That's a
the
pretty big
only
one,
big-
though.
Yeah, it
the
is
only
a pretty
big-
big one. I can't complain. I'm just whining for the sake of whining. It's fine.
That's what we're here for. That is what we were here for.
Oh yeah, absolutely, JB. It is a chance for her to recover from Ferrex. It
Mm.
seriously is. That poor girl. Oh, I was like, wait, how did the doctor find her? Like, I got all freaking.
Oh, did
freaked out
you?
about it. Yeah, because when she was having the dream and like the
Yeah.
doctor like approached her from the corner, I'm like, how did she? Oh my god! And then she.
I thought they captured her again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, see, I thought it was like Cassian coming home. And then it kind of got that dreamlike quality. And then as soon as his face showed up in the mirror, I was like, oh, she's having nightmares. She's having anxiety nightmares. She's got PTSD. And I was like, okay, I know exactly where this is going.
But it also makes me
like,
sad
oh.
because Will's dad was driven to insanity and like died from it.
Yeah.
So he has
No, he didn't die from it. He was very torn apart and everything and distressed by it. But Deidre, when they were taking him away, she said, "Get rid of him." And I think he was killed.
Really?
Man.
Shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ugh. I missed that one, but
Yeah, it's all so muddy in there. I was really uncomfortable with a lot of those scenes, and so I probably wasn't paying real close attention to what was being said. I just knew he died.
yeah, but you know he died because Will has his picture and he's like using it as fuel to build the pipe bomb and throw it at the Imperial officers. Toy Matzer, hi. Master. It says, will she meet the doctor and get revenge? I mean, I hope so. I really hope so. Like, this girl's been through some shit from the hands of the Empire lately.
Mm-hmm.
And like Cinta, like her and Cinta have that in common. Like they have so much fuel to their hatred and their focus and everything that it's like it's never going to stop them.
And even more gets added on.
Oh,
I mean, especially in this episode that we're.
So we're going to start the episode in about 3 minutes. We're going to give you a trigger warning for this.
Yeah, we'd like to do a content warning.
Warning.
For anyone who hasn't seen the episode yet, near the end, there's a pretty intense depiction of assault. So we want to make sure that anybody who might have sensitivities or maybe young children watching with you, that you're kind of aware of what's going on ahead of time.
It is an attempt. It is definitely assault, but it is pretty violent. So viewer discretion is advised. Again.
And for anyone, highly recommend you get your security blankies, your stuffed loveys, your whoobies, some water. Have your bestie on speed dial.
Please feel free to leave the room if things are
book a therapy appointment. I know I might have needed one after watching this episode. So buckle up, folks. We're in for a ride.
It is probably one of the first times that something like this actually it probably is. Well, I kind of likened it to what happened with Dedra at the end of season 1, where she was picked up and dragged into an alley by those 3 men and she was really like scared. This is on par with that, but a lot more violent and
much more personal.
Yeah. So just please be warned that that's going to be coming up. So make sure you guys queue up your Disney Plus machines. It's season 2, episode 3, Harvest.
And you might want to. I know I watched the episode earlier, and after the initial setup, I got a ESPN ad. So make sure you get past that.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I really hope Disney Plus doesn't do ads. I'm so tired of it. Like, it just leave things be. I don't pay for ads. I pay for content. I just went through my Facebook and like deleted so many irrelevant ads, like grills. Do I need grills for my teeth? Do I need that? No. Why is this coming up in my ads? And it targets your age group, and I'm like,
ooh,
great. I turned 42 and I get advertisements for grills. It's great.
This is not, senior living. It could be worse.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Figuring that's in my near future.
Woo.
Yeah, I just keyed up mine and I got the ad again. So,
Wow. Okay. All right. So do we start at the beginning with the recap and the...
Yep.
always do the recaps.
Always do the recap. Do not skip
Right.
it.
Watch along rules.
All right, you guys. Season 2, episode 3, Harvest. Gonna get the countdown ready to go.
Yeah, if you're on the Disney Plus swish.
Oh my God. Nothing wants to work today. I'm so sorry, friends. It's here somewheres. 10-second countdown. Oh, I love it. Everything's so easy. It's great. No. All right, guys. Give your Disney Plus. Let's go. Sherry, you jinxed me. I got an ESPN ad.
No!
I'm skipping it. Take that, Mark Messier. Mostly, he's like, no.
Now, in the previews, and you see Leda, and when she's with all of her little friends or whatever, and they have 2 braids.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see her before the wedding, one of them is cut off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
And I'm thinking that maybe part of their culture is that when you become engaged, they cut one.
Yep, you cut one. I agree. Yep. I think the thing that bugs me the most about this is that from all the implications we got from Mon and Vel in season 1, they've both worked. I think they're in slightly different generations, and they both worked really hard to try to push Shangela forward and away from these traditions that, give women away and treat them as commodities or chattel to be, building at age 14 and 15, getting married for the rest of your life kind of thing, to give women a choice, like Vel says, I want another reason for me to distance myself, right? I don't want to be a part of this. And to have her daughter turn so completely around and to treat Mon Mothma with such disdain because she is trying to move away from those things was particularly shocking for me. I was just like, ugh, really?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I do think it's really sad that nobody realized that is Andor's ship.
Do you think this
is going to know where the stuff is?
This ship that he was on Gavin 4 was his original ship?
Yeah.
He got there, and that's why he knew where the gun was?
Yeah, that was his ship. Yeah, because he said it when they landed. He was like, what the hell happened to my ship? It's all busted up. What did you do?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's actually the ship they escaped from Ferrix on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that big open. Yeah. So he's had it that whole time. So that's how he knew where everything was hidden.
He's doing a pretty good job piloting that thing now.
Yeah, I like that. It was really funny. He's like, yeah, it doesn't come with a manual. This was such a beautiful intro to this episode. It was just visually stunning how it started with the like nebula in the background.
And I'm not there yet. I'm still getting the Andor.
I'm not there either. I'm just thinking ahead. Trying to talk when the show is not playing. So it's not quite as distracting.
Also, like, he doesn't know how much fuel these things get.
Mm-hmm.
And they must not have any communication device because he grabbed the one from his ship.
Well, it's Imperial, right? I mean, if he strikes up the radio, they're going to know right where he's at. So he doesn't want to use the Imperial network that's available.
Sure.
That's why they have this old school, low techie automated
kind of like
dials.
they had on Odalmy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of funny too, I think.
Yeah, I laughed pretty hard at that. And it's funny because he knows it's going to happen because he's like, oh, okay, here we go. He like hesitates. He's like, nope, got to do it.
BMO's having the time of his life.
Yeah, B is really enjoying himself, getting to play with all these kids.
It's like a dog on the farm.
And we do have aliens on this planet.
Yeah. I thought that little girl in the background had a Grogu hat or a Yoda hat. It was like so weird. Like when you see little kids at like Disneyland or Disney World with like baby Yoda hat.
Yeah, you have to have the idyllic, happy time before they rip it all away.
Ugh.
Tony, you're such a bastard.
So rude. Not okay.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on my bull. No guarantee. He kind of reminds me of Jason Kelsey. Am I wrong?
I can see it. Definitely more Jason than Travis.
Oh, yeah. Big burly guy that everybody loves. This guy's a gem. He didn't sell them out or anything.
It would have worked out really well. It would have worked out well if it hadn't been for that smarmy lieutenant. I thought this was really interesting. Like, he's like, oh, you have to let him know. He's like, dude, you're not alone.
It's everywhere, man. I literally just left another planet. It's not you.
He's like, you're lucky. All they're doing is checking pieces, right? And
Hey,
let's talk about poor Gorman.
Dennis, this just started. You're like literally the first Arkin. Relax. It's cool. You'll figure it out.
That's your opinion.
It's quite all right.
Oh, this scene absolutely broke my heart in a million pieces.
So there's the cut. Short braid, long braid. Also, how beautiful is this set design?
Yeah.
And everything is circular on Chandrila.
Yeah. Spiral.
It kind of reminds me of...
So different from the angles of the Empire.
Yeah. Naturalistic.
I think that the most irritating thing is that in the first season, Lita is so critical of it always being about her mother, and you're so busy and you're always throwing parties and you're always mingling and you're always, doing political stuff. It's always about you. And she literally offers to throw absolutely everything away. She's like, the money, the prestige, the power, the politics, I will tell all of them to piss off.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do this. Like, she's literally giving her daughter everything that she always pretended she wanted, which was, don't pay so much attention to all that. And she just throws it back in her face. I mean, look at that look on her face. She's like, ugh, what are you doing? I'm like, well,
like she's trying to be there and be the mother that she
Yeah, and
needed.
she's like, listen, none of that matters. She's like, the only thing that matters to me is you. I don't want you to do anything that you don't want to. I don't want you to feel trapped, and she just gets all offended by it. And I'm like, seriously?
She signed up for this, though.
I'd kill to have a mom like that.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
That would have been great. And she
doesn't even say call it off or you're wrong or you shouldn't do this. She gave her an out. She's just like, it's not yet time. Let's just wait a little longer, Ugh.
She's trying to save her child. Especially from marrying into like a dirtbag's family.
With a kid she doesn't even like. I mean, she broke down.
Worst life.
And while he may have the money, his family, he doesn't have the prestige, and that's what he's aiming to get by marrying off his son to her daughter.
She realizes, like, well, this is happening.
Oh, she pulls it together. This right here, this is something every military spouse goes through. You put your armor on, you do your thing, you get your game face on, you just and I actually loved when she was like, no, I go first. Get out of my She was like, excuse me.
But I mean, she's just like been hit so hard by her daughter. And yeah, it must have been so hard to put a game face on for this.
Yeah. This is her armor. This is how she survived in the Senate this long, but to actually have to be a part of all of this when she tried so hard to get away from it, when she tried so hard to push her culture elsewhere, like don't do this to 14-year-old children. It doesn't turn out well. It's not okay. Like,
and the wiping away of the tear, that got me.
Oh God. Yeah.
Again, with the organic pieces and the fluid.
Isn't that interesting? The stepping over and through, and then the branch was put down by the groom's parents. What all does that?
It's like crossing over into our family.
Ugh, you brat.
Now, for a minute there, I thought she was going to say, "Oh no,
I don't want to."
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, and I've already gotten into fights with people about this. They were like, "Well, this is this girl just wants the wedding of her dreams," and I'm like, if this was the wedding of her dreams, she would be looking with like moon eyes at her husband to be. She would be sharing excited looks with her friends. Instead, when she's getting married and they cut the braid off, she is giving daggers of death straight at her mother. If that wasn't to her mom, I'm like, that's the wedding of your dreams? Really? I'm like, no, there's a whole lot more going on here.
And I'm sorry, but the ropes around the men's head is just ridiculous to me.
It reminds me of Japanese culture. Don't they have a hat that sort of has that like folded fabric on the back of it? Yeah.
The folded fabric, I don't mind. It's the ropes, I think, that just look. Oh, just me.
No, I mean, a lot of those ancient cultures, that obviously they don't walk around in modern Chandrilan clothes wearing this, but yeah.
I thought he was going to cut himself and bleed on her dress. I was like, what the hell?
Well, I thought he was going to cut her.
You asked for it, kid.
Yes, she is there. She's giving daggers to them all.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's because this makes her happier than anything else in the world. I'm like, no, this is just. All I can say is I hope she gets everything coming to her. This was so bizarre, like this domesticity and the smile she tries to make in the mirror. Just
I love that she's the one doing the cooking.
Because mommy taught him how to cook exactly like how she wants it.
Yeah, because Dedra asked him, she's like, do you have everything you need? Is this everything here? Like he has to make it just the way this cracked me up.
The steak smile.
Yep.
And here's his OCD kicking in.
Through the roof.
Little neuro spicy cereal here. Yep.
Or just so traumatized from a childhood with ED that like he has no other choice. Even like look at this.
Oh, and she's doing the finger thing. She's doing the stimming. She's doing the tapping for when she gets nervous.
Everybody's a nervous wreck in this scene. It's driving me crazy.
Uh-huh.
You know what I
his
noticed?
fingers are going too.
It took 4 rings of the doorbell for them to answer the door. That's my little twitch. Like, answer the door. That's the 4th ring. God, just open it already.
Yeah. What happens when you make deals with the devil? A theme in Star Wars, though. Absolutely, Jay.
Yeah, we were quoting that earlier tonight, that in the Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
He's like, that was not the deal we made. I'm altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it further.
It's so weird to see a genuine smile on her face. Like, it just feels like happiness feels weird for these two. It's crazy.
And then she snubs the handshake. Ugh. That really grated on my nerves. Like, you don't do that. Like, ooh.
Yeah, Edie acts like she's high society, but we can see her manners aren't quite there in a little bit.
One longs for courtesy, bish. Just saying.
Oh, and this is so funny. Oh, yeah, she didn't rise to the bait. Don't you wonder what I thought she'd look like? And here she throws the curveball, and he panics because, he was not prepared because she's never drunk it. Masterclass in passive aggressive manipulation right here.
The laugh.
No, please. I didn't want you to send my son away from me. Oh. God. Okay.
She threw something out there she knew he wouldn't have, and then pretended like, oh, this is not what I was implying. I didn't want you to have to run off.
His face. Everything in that scene.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so this I found fascinating. She's much more of like a comm psyops, she's much more of a cyber techie with her taking I need serious comms.
Yeah.
This was the one aspect I did not. We always wondered exactly what her role is. She might be the communication specialist, the secure communication specialist.
She's like the queen of Fulcrum.
For this branch, yeah. Oh, this is one of my favorite lines coming up here from Cassian.
I need a weather report.
You're not gonna get one. Her face is so confused.
I have to call back to this line. Could have called the episode "How I Met Your Mother."
Right here. He's like, "This is not the ship I was trained to fly." Did you know that? Did anybody know that? And I think this is really key because I was like, in the beginning of the first episode, I was like, how can he be this bad at flying the ship? Isn't he supposed to be stealing it?
I have to say, though, if Jamie...
And this explains it.
Yeah, it totally explains it. If Jamie, our Daughters of the Galaxy co-host Jamie, if she ever wanted to do a cosplay, she could be Clea. Out of the gate.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I could see Jamie doing that easily.
She could really pull it off.
And it's also such a simple dress to have to redo it, to remake.
Or you could have that red hood that she had in season 1. That was pretty wild.
Oh, that would be fun.
Beautiful.
I wonder if this is
this. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that scene in the TIE Fighter, if it was a key point to how Andor becomes captain and head of Rebel intelligence, because he's just so fed up with these kind of mistakes happening.
Well, I was going to say that him just kind of dropping the comm and taking off was kind of a throwback to Empire when Luke, is getting those feelings that his friends were in trouble, and Yoda tried to discourage him, and he said, "No, I'm going anyway."
Right.
And now Edie, we show, like I said before, that she thinks she's so high class and everything, but when you see the fondue pot there, and it's clear all around except in front of her because she's just so sloppy with that cheese sauce or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The back and forth, where she's trying to goad Dedra. Dedra's like, "Oh, I know, he already told me." And then she's like, "Oh, so nice. He finally communicates with somebody."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just the back and forth.
And he's just sitting there seething and Like, please shut up,
As
mother.
my
Please
therapist
shut up.
said, family knows how to push your buttons because they put them there.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Troy.
Hi, Troy.
Hi,
Thanks
Troy.
for joining us.
Welcome back from Japan if you are back.
Yes. Oh, gosh, this Imperial Kinder Block.
Space.
Oh, my goodness. That sounds horrifying.
Nothing delicate about that.
Well, it tells us a lot about her. It shows that, you know, she has real gratitude towards the Empire.
She's their
Know
instrument.
what we're
They
missing.
took care of her very well.
Yeah.
Well, and nurtured her to be exactly what they wanted her to be from the very beginning. She had nothing else except influence of the Empire and becoming what they wanted her to be. You know? Yeah.
Again, look at all these costumes.
Oh, look at all those all down
Even
the line.
the extras are stunning.
I actually really like Vel's silver dress.
Oh, me too.
Yes,
It's perfect for her.
I loved all
gorgeous.
you know, the amber and the burnt gold and the rich, you know, those kind of hues. But once I saw her silver
Very
dress, I was
earth
like,
colors.
yes.
Yeah, you're good, Troy. It's no worries. Yeah, Brasso
We
looked
started
like
early, Troy.
he's
was
joined Mumford and Sons. That's what Brasso looks like. If you know, you know.
Brasso and Sons. You know, I have to admit, when I first saw this episode, I didn't understand what they were talking about. Where Bix is saying if he sees you doing that, he's going to be upset. I'm like, what do you mean? Everybody's packing up. We're all packing up our stuff and getting ready to go. Why is he going to be upset? It did not dawn on me what Brasso was doing. Oh, that poor cake. Oh.
Why are you like
I know
this?
that's another episode of. And here, Deidre's just very gently, you know, taking her spoon and taking off a small portion.
Somebody worked so hard to make that beautiful cake, and she just mutilates it like a toddler. I think that's the most offensive thing she's
did
ever
a better
done.
job with those eggs, man. I'm telling you.
And he ate his cookies like a nice little boy.
That's
I think that's the most bothersome thing she's ever done to me, is watching her beat up that cake.
Even when he barfed up those cookies, he was still delicate about it. So
it was still cute. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Here we go, Queen.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish I'd have been able to do this to my mother-in-law. I wish I'd have had the knowledge and the guts to do it.
It
makes it sound optional. It's not the impression you should be taking away.
I was lucky in the mother-in-law department.
That's awesome.
The only thing that bothered me about her is at my wedding, and then we got married in the fall, and everybody was like in an emerald green color and everything. And my mom was like in a champagne colored dress, and she was in a red suit.
Oh Lord.
So yeah, she stuck out.
A little bit.
But that's the only thing.
She takes down Uncle Harlow. That is not
what
the
is he doing here?
You have to have a moment. You need a moment. I've done that where you just lay down and you're like
a toddler, and he just like threw himself on his bed like, ah.
Well, would you have a mom like that? Wouldn't you? I would.
He hears them getting along,
and he's like, "What is it? What's going on? What's happening? We have to smooth the hair."
But I love how she stuck up for him. It's like maybe
sure.
she truly does love him.
Because somebody has to.
So I have a theory. Don't let me forget about these two.
Okay.
When we get to the end.
I have a theory about E.
Okay. All right.
He's like, what just happened?
I gotta have a running tally. He's like, what's happening? What's going on? And then there's that little smile. That little quirk of the lip.
We're not going to have to worry about your mother ever again.
Okay. Here's my theory about this. I think at some point, maybe like right before the whole Gorman massacre, I have this weird hunch that Lita is going to smash the crap out of that thing. She's going to go off on a rampage and she's going to smash it. Because why would they make such a big deal about it and make it planting here in the middle of the house and may it connect you to the land and all that? Like, why are they making such a big deal out of it if it doesn't come back later? I think like in like the ultimate selfish
Something's gonna
temper
happen to it.
tantrum, Lita's gonna smash it. Yep. Because she knows how much it would upset her mother. That's my
Also, it would kind of upset her new father-in-law more, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And her husband. Yep.
Yeah.
Just like the ultimate, in your face, is to just smash that to little bits.
It's so weird.
Well, it's weird to think of a planet having 25,000 years of history
Mhm.
or more. It was stolen 25,000 years ago. Dang. This is interesting too, bringing in Eskin. I wonder if he's going to end up part of the rebellion because they're doing a lot of backstory for a side character here.
Mm-hmm. He might tie into the Gorman massacre somehow because he just mentioned
his mother was Gorman. Yeah.
Tay's twitchy.
And that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for Luthen about Tay.
Mm-hmm.
Imperials.
And I think this is the final straw for Mon. She's like, "What are you talking about?" Like he's starting to admire him, and he's like, "We're gonna just stand up and make your point." And she's like, Yeah.
Exactly, Troy. Complete rando. Oh, she's so sus. She's like,
because she had just promised Luthen that there was no way that he would have anything to do with Sculpin. He wouldn't approach him. He'd have nothing to do with him.
He is
and
now
he's
a
like,
liability, kids.
Yep. And I keep telling him, I keep looking at him like, say it, Tay.
Just say it.
Say it. Say you're not going to threaten her. Nope. Yep.
She's like, yeah.
That was your last chance, buddy.
God, is there a bad outfit on the screen right now? Like, damn.
No, I don't think so. I haven't looked at them all. Now I
Even
get to
like
start
the
looking.
wait staff is like fashionable.
Now I get to start looking at all the background outfits. Now that I've seen it twice, I can start studying all the extras everywhere.
Yeah, and I've noticed too that because I know the guys.
There was a purple
mentioned
one.
how so few aliens in season 1, and there are quite a few here at the wedding.
Right.
But if you blink, you miss them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how beautiful are those instruments?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Lonnie. She says Genevieve in these 3 episodes was pure masterclass in acting. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
The struggle underneath.
Yeah, this is
garb.
Yeah, this was the hard part about with Tay being her childhood friend.
Sure.
That she really didn't think he would do that to her. And in a way, it's kind of almost a little bit her fault because it was her idea to bring him on board back in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Luthen was even like, "Are you sure this is a good idea?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be great. I totally trust him." And then a year later, this happens.
Does he have elf ears, or am I just exhausted? Like his ears look kind of pointy.
Oh, they do.
Well, they're sort of delicate ears with a little bit. I mean, they're not like elf ears, but they're definitely not very rounded on top.
This little skipping thing I thought was a little.
It's very Renaissance. They do that a lot in like Pride and Prejudice sort of thing. It's a very.
It's our boy.
Oh, buddy. This entire scene, I was like the girl in Jurassic Park going, "What's gonna happen to the goat? What's what's going to happen to B2? What's going on? Where's B2? Where's B2 going? Like, it would not go into my head that they were sending him away.
When he says, when he's like, Talia has your charger. Oh, how will Cassian know where to go? I was like,
how will you know where to find me?
It's like when you give away a pet, and it's like,
yeah. I was like, what's gonna happen to B2? I was like it's like my brain just stopped working. I was like, no, I'm not listening to this.
B doesn't forget about anybody. Talia, don't be so mean.
Okay, here we go, folks.
Well, guess what? It is Cassian.
No, that wasn't him yet.
No, they're sweeping the flat fields.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It was kind of hard to tell because he didn't really zoom in on
because I thought it was him at first too until they showed him later.
Yeah, until he said they're sweeping the back fields. I'm like, ooh, that was not Cassian. Okay.
Will quit hooking up with the locals.
But I mean, this is such a Brasso thing to do. Mm-hmm. You know, of course he's gonna hop on the speaker.
Yeah, if Will hadn't been so lovesick.
But of course that's what Brasso's gonna do. Of course he is. You know, that's the essence of who he is.
Oh, for sure.
But I did tell my husband, I was like, that was the mistake that he promised he wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. I'm like, you don't get to make that promise. You don't get to make that promise. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. And that was the big mistake.
Bila, do you blame him?
I mean, for a minute there, I thought she was going to turn him in. Like, she was so horrified. I was like, girl, do you not see what's going on around you? Like, now she's just finally starting to figure it out.
Ugh, this guy.
We've all met somebody like that, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, this guy gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think one of the reasons this character is so effective is that it's easily recognizable to the audience. Most everybody has met somebody like this.
Kroll, you greaseball.
And an eyeball in the child. Oh, ugh.
Oh.
Ugh. God.
Mama knows that look. Mama knows.
He's eyeing his next victim.
Mm-hmm.
Just the side eye there, like the proper get inside.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. I know you're watching the Star Wars.
Peter just waited.
Don't go anywhere, Brasso.
He's on his way back. Just stay there.
It's okay. You guys are so impatient. I feel like this is Romeo and Juliet all over again, where you're like, don't go. Just wait a minute. That's all you need.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Ugh, stress. Here we go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right in her face.
Yep.
He knows liability when he sees it.
I warned you from the start. That is our curse.
No worries, Troy. Yeah, absolutely, Lonnie. She says, yeah, we wouldn't have worries about Bix if it was early season 1, but after the torture, I was so scared for her. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know the number. We would be vulnerable forever.
He's reminding her what's at stake. Like, lose your emotions. Wake up.
Yeah, this is not just I'm having a bad day. He's setting up to blackmail them because of their involvement with the rebellion. And the moment that it set in for me was when he used the word rebels. It's the rebellion's fault. It's the rebels who are like in public, right out there where everyone could hear them, which they never did in season 1. They were always very careful. It was always euphemisms and everything. And it was like, and then to see, Genevieve O'Reilly's face, it was like, oh yeah, she knows exactly what he's not saying.
Right. All right, here we got the disco ball.
You know what they shout? They shout Niamos. And isn't that the planet? That's the vacation planet. That's the beach planet. They shout Niamos. Like, Neamos has a theme song? Yay! I want to learn that one.
So my friend Christopher Gill, thanks Chris, posted looking for that amazing remix of Namos. Look no further. It's titled Brasso on iTunes and Spotify. Andor
I saw it on
season 2 soundtrack.
YouTube.
It's called Brasso?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, honey.
It's the remix at the end.
Oh, okay. Been there.
Oh, she's
Done
gonna
that.
dance.
And here
What
you
else?
start seeing it. Here
But
she's
what
got
else are
this
you gonna
very
do?
stylish hair that you would think would be hairsprayed like a
Marva!
helmet.
Yeah, I saw the Marva picture. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is where it starts. I mean, she knows she can't stop Luthen, right? She knows she can't, even though she
Yeah.
wants to. And in a way, she feels responsible for it. So she's literally stuck in this place where something terrible is going to happen. Otherwise, something terrible will happen to her and the whole rebellion.
Right.
And there's literally not a bloody thing she can do about it.
Well, she's also realizing that not only has she lost her daughter, she's losing a childhood friend. Probably the only two people that she really cares about.
For sure.
Yep. And interestingly, neither one of them gives a flying leap about her.
That's true.
Honestly, that's when you sacrifice so much for causes and others that you forget to take care of yourself.
Well, and it makes me think of a podcast that I was listening to where, they were talking about, going no contact with family members. And, people are always so horrified by that. Terrible. How can you do that? It's your family. How can you turn your back on them? Blah, blah, blah. And he said it should give you a very strong indication of how terribly painful it was to have a relationship with those people if I would choose to leave that behind. That the not having it is the less painful. And that is what I thought of when I saw this. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And the juxtaposition between the two
Right,
scenes.
the cuts between the storylines in this episode are so jarring.
She's like, shots.
Yes, and Lonnie, I want to party with Tipsy Mom. Yes, please.
Yes.
All the time. Yes. I am in. Mm-hmm.
Takes one and immediately takes another.
Yep. What else are you going to do? What else are you going to do?
I want to go to a wedding with a bunch of nerds and do that dance.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least a party,
And
next Boonta Eve, we're gonna do that.
Okay. And I'm thinking there where she's just like, she wants to. You know how you get so upset and you just want to scream out as loud as you can, and I feel like that's what she wants to do, and
but can't.
She can't.
Yeah.
So she does it in just letting go.
Oh, the mirror. Her attackers are in the mirror.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. The parallel of the reflections.
She is on guard, man.
She tried with him right up until the end, right? Right up until the end, the whole time she met him. Yeah.
You had no nuance if it bit you in the face. Look at this fake concern. Don't smile at him. Punch him in the teeth.
She keeps trying. She keeps trying to diffuse the situation. She just wants to get away. She wants to get away with everybody. She doesn't know where everybody is. Just don't escalate, right?
She's like, no.
Rude. Just implied she had man hands. Rude.
All right, guys. Trigger warning.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it.
Okay, the HUD's up display. The HUD display on this TIE fighter is so flippin' awesome.
I know.
I love it. And honestly, there was a part of me that thought he was going to go after that Star Destroyer when we first got the scene, and instead he just nosedives.
He wants to. You see him think about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he's like, nope, I got to stay.
Also, he's gotten so skilled at piloting that thing now. 2 days at least, 3 days. Ugh.
And again, this is very Brasso. He's making sure no one left behind is going to get any heat for helping them.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on this at first. I really thought that he thought that Kellen turned him in.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the second viewing I got it.
He is so smart.
Well, Jay picked up on the fact that when Cassian shows up back on Ferrix and he's got the cuts and the bruises and everything, it was Brasso who was immediately like, okay, this is what happened. You came to my house. We were drinking. We were playing cards. We got into it. You stayed. Like, he immediately started rattling off this plan, right? Like, he knows how to make a cover story. And the two of them nodding at each other there, right? And he's like, I will cover you. I will make sure you're okay.
Go.
I said
Nix.
no.
Feels like that's all he got. The look of distress on her face, even though she's dancing, is just no one can tell.
Heartbreaking. Embrace the hedonism that her husband so strongly advocated for in his toast, you know, because, oh God, the flashing back and forth between the scenes is just...
She almost looks like she was going to cry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Smashing the mirror. Oh, the relevance is chilling. I'm getting goosebumps. This is like the first time I've noticed this. Oh,
ow. God. To hit your spine like that and hit your head.
Oh.
Dirtbag.
And here,
this is
he grabs her leg and just starts dragging her.
Oh my God.
Get it, girl.
Atta girl. Right in the head.
With a hammer. Look at that hammer.
Wrench.
Whatever it was heavy duty.
And, you know, this is also one of the most accurate descriptions of what would actually happen to, like, in so many fight scenes, you see somebody getting whacked with something and like it just bounces off of them and they don't pay any attention. And I'm like, no, you get hit in the head with a tool and you're gonna be, you know, incapacitated. I'm sorry. I don't care how tough you think you are.
Also, like, shame on that soldier. He should know what kind of person he is.
Oh, he does.
He does.
He knows exactly what was going on there. It's probably happened before.
Lonnie says, I have to say, though, as hard as it was to watch, I appreciate that Bix names what he attempted to do to her. That was empowering.
That was huge. That was a big deal. It doesn't hardly ever get said out loud that way. Ugh. That was really satisfying clunk when he bit the dust.
Oh,
yeah.
Really. Bastard.
Yeah.
It's got Kylo Ren goggles. Go Bix.
They do kind of look like Kylo's.
Nope, don't think so.
Yeah, girl.
I just shot him again. I just shot him both, at least a couple of times, just for good measure.
One's an apologist, one's a rapist.
Yep. Look at the reflection of the people in the ball when the camera goes underneath it.
She's so sad.
That is a neat shot.
She's just
I love this threw me. Boy, this set me back on my feet. I was like, what?
It's a girl. And Vel knows it too.
And Vel sees her and is like, she didn't tell me where she is. I had no idea.
And her smile just going. It's like, ugh.
She's so devastated. She is just heartbroken.
Someone called Cinta in this scene the angel of death.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Accurate.
This is so funny.
There's Cass.
Kablooey.
Did you recognize the transports that they used?
Mm-hmm. It looked a lot like the ones from Rebels.
Yep.
I was also thinking of the ones in Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I noticed like the packs hanging on the side, so I knew that they were different. But yeah, they do kind of seem to have a
this
similar name.
trooper.
Oh, as soon as the camera zoomed in on this guy, I went no, 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 no. But then when it cut away, I thought, oh, okay, maybe we're all right. Maybe we're all right.
I know.
Yeah, and he seemed to slow down.
Yeah, like
A stormtrooper who could actually hit something.
yeah. And the way the camera panned on him, I was like, why are you focusing on this one guy? Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Death by cereal.
Yeah, but all I'm thinking is, oh come on, man, they need those great. They need.
I
that
know,
great.
right?
Come on,
So
Cassian, you were doing a great
wasteful.
job picking them off. Why did you have to do that?
They're wearing armor. You're not going to get any blood on anything. It's fine. Give it a good rinse. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh, I was so heartbroken when I saw this. I was like, no, 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 no. Of course, they immediately are like, oh, yep, that's Cassian. Mm-hmm, yep. He just blew a bunch of shit up. Yep, that's him. Oh. Oh.
And it just conveniently has 2 jump seats.
No.
This reminded me of Theoden's death in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, yes.
Death of the King, you guys. Death of the King.
I can't believe that was it. That was it. He didn't get any big death speech. Nothing.
I'm kind of glad he didn't.
No, I know, but I kept thinking he'd open his eyes, you know? I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, Brasso just became another person who's on, who gave it all
Mm-hmm.
on Cassian's journey to.
I think they're just going to pick him off one by one until he literally doesn't have anybody left. He lost his mother last year. He loses Brasso. He's going to lose his little protege in Will.
He lost
He's
his
going to lose.
planet.
He lost his planet. He's going to lose Bix. He lost his droid. And like, there's literally nothing left.
This cat, I swear to God.
Oh, knows you're not feeling well. Trying to make it better. Hi, baby.
Hiya, Soka.
Hiya, so.
See, you guys save Bix.
Yeah.
That is the least happy drunk dancing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm. And the look that Perry gives her. That's so interesting. He's like, what am I looking at?
I mean, yeah, her hair has all come out of its style now, and she's just wild.
Yep.
And he's like looking at her like, this is not the Mon Mothma I know.
Oh, and Vel. All right. Please excuse my angel reference, but are we ever going to see Tay's face again?
No.
I don't think so.
I think this is it. I think that's the. Oh.
Because we weren't destroyed enough, Tony Gilroy.
I can't believe we had to do the pan back. We had to do the pan back, really? Oh.
Can someone check on B? They just left B there with Brasso's body.
All right. Here's the theory I heard about B. Okay. Cassian does come back for him, but B is like almost gone. And similar to what happened in Solo, Cassian uploads what's left of B into K2SO.
Oh.
That's interesting. I would like that. It would kind of account for some of the sass that K2 picks up.
Yeah.
I would like that.
And the look on his face.
Mon is me at a mosh pit.
All tumbling down. Wow.
That was rough, you guys.
Absolutely wrecked.
Ugh.
Absolutely wrecked.
That was really crazy.
Oof.
Yeah.
So we have year one leading up to Rogue One,
Mm-hmm.
and things are not so great.
Yeah, Jay, we're just getting started. That was only the first 3. Oh, man.
I'm not ready, you guys.
It's just going to even get more intense the
Right?
closer we get to Rogue One.
I want to see Dedra smack the shit out of Edie. Like, she did it verbally, but, like, you know.
Yeah, so here's my theory. So in the interview, Denise talked about she's not going to be the kind of woman that's going to change who she is just because she falls in love.
Right.
And my original thought was that meant that she never would fall in love. And clearly, right away off the bat, they're living together, meeting the mom. I was like, oh, that just completely threw my theory out the window. And now I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean? You know? And whatever you think of Cyril, love him or hate him, for him, the most important thing is always doing what he considers to be the right thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like on Morlana, and like he talked about with the little, the little peon that he was introducing into the workstation.
Oh my God, the ego is through the
he
roof.
found the missing fuel, right? Never mind that the Empire is crushing the life out of normal people, and maybe they need to steal that fuel. He found
corruption.
He found it because that's important to him, right? It's very focused to him, and so
God, the similarities, man, are like chilling.
I think Dedra's going to have to go along with what's happening with the Gorman massacre. And I think Cyril's going to find out and he's going to flip and he's going to be like, you can't do that. That is like, it is just going to rub right up against everything that he finds offensive. And I think that's going to break him apart.
Sure.
I think that's going to break him apart. I think he's going to lose it because the actor was saying at Celebration, give Cyril a chance. You got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance. And I'm like, a chance to do what? Continue to be an imperial stooge? Like what? And now I'm like,
and an imperial mama's boy while we're at it? Like, come
on. Interesting. So I'm really curious to see where this couple is going to go and what their story is going to.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm quite fascinated to see. But I think if she doesn't change for love, that means she's going to stay the course and do whatever she's told, no matter how terrible it is. And he always wants to do the right thing. And I think that this, the massacre is going to be like what's your tipping point? When do you finally decide, upholding the Empire is not such a great idea? Sure. Oh, okay. That's it. Destroying a whole planet.
Like, what is it going to take, people?
Mm-hmm. Good to know you have a line, right? So that's my guess. I'll be really interested to see where it goes. I'm really curious now.
That's going to be exciting.
How about you, Ashlee? Any predictions?
My predictions are always wrong, but
that's why I want to hear them.
Not nearly as wrong as Mark's, but they're pretty bad. I really think that they're going to meet with the cell that Cassian ends up working for. We see him in Rogue One. His direct superior kind of like involves him into it. So I think they're going to get entangled with a rebel cell next.
Okay.
And kind of kickstart his career with the rebellion. And
right.
Finding
Do you
people...
think that cell will be with Saw?
No. And I'll tell you why, because he can't find Saw, and that's why he needs Jin. I think they're going to need him to connect all the rebel groups under one banner. And this is how they do it. They know he's good at infiltrating. They know he's good at getting what he needs. And I think he's going to be like a banner that they all unite under.
Well, because he becomes like the head of rebel intelligence, right?
Exactly.
He's a captain.
Good. He walks in like he owns the place.
Mm-hmm.
And they find out that Jin was in Saw's cell, and they do what they can to find her.
Because he doesn't know where he's at. Yeah, that's a good point. Right.
So they use Jin to get to Saw in order to like unite all the rebels together, whether they're as extremist as Saw Gerrera is, or so I think Cassian is a key instrument in pulling all that together.
I'm so curious to see how it's all gonna play out.
I'm so stressed though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was not prepared.
I'm stressed.
I thought I was. I'm not. Oh, sweet, naive summer child.
Oh, I know.
No, not
First few episodes,
no.
first episode, I was like, okay. Second episode is like, I don't trust that grease ball asking about a husband. And obviously I didn't expect it to go that far like it did in this episode, but it, still it's like, oh, okay. Ball is slowly rolling downhill, picking up more momentum, running over Indiana Jones. It is happening. Yeah. So I mean, I'm ready for Cassian.
I didn't expect Cassian to be delayed that long.
Yeah.
And I was like, all I can say is y'all are lucky that he is not the guy from Rogue One who walks into an alley to meet his friend informant and then shoots him. I'm like, all y'all would be dead.
Your friend was a liability and you killed him.
Yep. Yep. He shouldn't have, and I feel like this is the first step, right? Because he left that guy tied up in the transport, right?
Yeah.
But if he hadn't done that, if he'd have shot him, the guy wouldn't have come out running and screaming, he's getting away, he's getting away, he's getting away.
Right.
We're slowly getting to the point where Cassian is reaching that he's like the terrible things that he's done in the name of the rebellion. We're getting there.
I've been in this fight since I was 6.
And you can see all the little breadcrumbs, right? Like every little toe, every little step over the line, every little lesser evil that you choose gets you closer and closer and closer to that point.
Exactly.
And I can see Bix. I mean, she's been tortured. She's been assaulted. And then to see Brasso
to lose
Brasso. And it's just each little incident has built up her hate so much against the Empire that I think she's going to become an extremist.
Oh, really?
Ooh, good point.
I mean, in one of the trailers, and they show her walking away, and she's got that stone cold face, and I can see her becoming, similar to Saul.
Sure.
As extreme
Maybe
as he is.
that's why he wants to find Saw to see if Bix is still alive.
What if she and Cinta started working together?
Ooh.
Because listening to you talk about Bix, it kind of reminds me of Cinta, right? Like just that.
Sure.
That absolute zealot.
Yeah, because I think Cinta has been hurt many times by the Empire too, and that's why. Where Val, even though she believes in the rebellion, she's been cushioned by her family wealth and everything.
And she's obviously putting her relationship with Cinta above this, and Cinta's like, no, we get what's left.
But is it? See, that was one of my favorite lines when they were climbing up the mountain between Mon and Vel, is that Mon's like, that's not acceptable. You don't have any idea where she is. She's just blowing you. She's not talking to you. And Vel's like, it doesn't matter. There's work to do, right? Like she's kind of on board, and the Mon's like, yeah, but we have to live to do it, right? Exactly. So again, I don't know that they have to be one over the other, that they should be able to coexist. And I feel like that's maybe part of the problem in some of these rebel cells, is that it is all about kill, 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 die, 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 destroy, 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 all ruthlessness. Like at what point do you become like them when you lose your heart and you lose your humanity and you lose sight of the bigger picture?
War makes you lose your humanity, and we're already seeing a lot of that happen. And it's just started. Yes, Jay, absolutely. We're just getting started.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of what Cassian talks about in Rogue One, is he's like, I did terrible things because I believed I was doing them for the greater good. Yeah. And that somebody out there had the plan for the greater good. And now they're all backing off and kowtowing and capitulating. And he's like, what the hell was it all for?
Exactly. Well, that is tonight's watch along. Thank you guys for joining us. We have... Oh my goodness. This is my first night, fully producing everything. So
and thank you for coming and joining us after working at 15-hour shift.
Oh my gosh.
Appreciate you keeping those 2 brain cells firing that are left awake in your brain.
I plan on getting up early for the funeral.
Oh.
Of the Pope.
Oh,
is that tomorrow already?
I think
that's crazy.
ABC said they were going to start broadcasting at 3:30 this morning. Tomorrow.
Oh wow!
Tomorrow morning.
That is pretty wild. So yeah, we've hit a few milestones in the group.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Tell me about it.
So, like, Sherry, girl, you have been busy. Like,
Me,
honestly.
Scooby, Catherine. There's a whole group of us who probably have very numb fingers after celebration from
Little carpal tunnel
approving
syndrome going on there.
new members, approving post.
But you guys, we have hit 88,000 members in this group.
Crazy.
So many new people have joined us since celebration, getting psyched up for LA. I know I'm psyched. West Coast. Woo. My first time in LA, actually, so I'm kind of excited. Hoping I can see you all there when it does come around. But yeah, 88,000 members. Like, congratulations.
Amazing.
VCN. That's amazing. Thank you all for really joining our little group and sharing your Star Wars celebration hauls, photo ops, cosplay, everything. It's been awesome living vicariously through you all.
Oh,
And-
Wonderful content.
Yeah. And having you all join us, like, really 26 people watching right now, 27. Wow. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's pretty important. So we got a few housekeeping things. Sorry, I'm just
Few notes for this coming week.
Yeah. So tonight we have obviously the watch along. Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, we have the Unifying Force, a brand new episode with Kat, Gio, and Dave. Make sure you guys join them. It's live. And then Monday is the return of Clone Wars Revisited.
Revisited. Yay.
We've been on hiatus for the couple of weeks while everybody's been in Japan and making way for Celebration News Network content. So I don't want to say it's been a break because far from it, but it'll be good to get back to it. And we're starting season 2, you guys. Like, this is going to be so much fun.
Gosh, it seems like you just started season 1. I mean,
I
it
know.
went so fast. I mean, we were just on Rebels and
I know. So we announced Rebels Revisited at Celebration Anaheim in 2022. So I think it's crazy that it's going to be back around in LA in 2027. So
Look at that.
But yeah, that's what's to come this week. And obviously we have Zoom on Tuesday. We'll go that far for now, but
all right.
Yeah, thank you ladies so much for joining me this week. It's been awesome. And
absolutely, it was
an
fun.
honor.
Thank you for hosting.
Yes.
Just don't let them talk you into pushing buttons because there's a lot of buttons to push
I'm
back
a
here.
skip on that. No buttons. No buttons.
No
Jerry
buttons.
has enough buttons. She does not need any
Oh
more.
my god, yes. As I used to do moderating for a social media fan page, and it's a lot of work, you guys.
It really is. You guys are amazing.
So applause to our mods.
Absolutely. 88,000 members. Woo!
88K kids. All right. We will see you this week. Thank you again
you
for
all.
joining us. And may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Fight the Empire.
That's
Fight
right.
the Empire.
I won't use the signs that the guys used
We'll use
last
the other
night.
word.
That's probably a good thing. All right, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you back here on
Bye,
Sunday.
everybody. Good night.
Good night. Sorry, pushing buttons. This is what you don't want to do. I will figure it out. I swear, you guys. La 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 la.